And now investigators are deploying new technology and analyzing other evidence, hoping for a breakthrough to bring Nancy home. Investigators are using a device known as a signal sniffer to try to detect signals from the 84-year-old's pacemaker.
There is a device buried inside Nancy Guthrie's chest that has been keeping a secret for 68 days. A small, silver-cased Medtronic pacemaker designed to regulate a heart. But on the night of February 1st, it became the only surviving witness to a kidnapping. While the world looked at the dark graininess of a disabled Google Nest camera at 1:47 a.m., this device was silently logging every surge of adrenaline, every gasp for air, and every physical struggle. It recorded the sedation signature, a physiological freefall that proves Nancy didn't just walk away. She was hunted, subdued, and stolen. The FBI's Forensic Cardiac Analysis Unit has finally decoded that data. We are looking at a digital reconstruction of an abduction, built from the rhythm of a woman's pulse. But the mystery only deepens. How did the perpetrators know the exact 41-minute window when security would be down? Why does the data show a 20-minute movement pattern that matches no known vehicle route? Stay with me, because the data has already proven what the mainstream media is afraid to cover. This is the truth behind the 41-minute window. January 31st, 2026. Nancy Guthrie, an 84-year-old retired educator, was living a life of quiet routine. After dinner with her daughter Annie and son-in-law Tommaso, she was driven home. At 10:10 p.m., her garage door sensor logged her arrival. This is the last time she was seen. For 3 hours, the house was silent, but at 1:47 a.m., the security feed went black. A masked figure, moving with predatory precision, snipped the hard line. The digital eyes of the house were closed. This began the 41-minute window. No screams were heard, and no phone pings were registered. But inside Nancy, her heart rate skyrocketed to 134 beats per minute. The blackout was only for us. For Nancy, the next 41 minutes were recorded beat by rhythmic beat. 3 figures sit at the center of this storm. First, Annie Guthrie, Nancy's daughter, a pharmaceutical rep with deep knowledge of anesthetic compounds, the same types found in the pacemaker's sedation signature. Why was she the first to suggest her mother was drugged before the FBI even had a theory? Second, Tommaso, Annie's husband, a former security contractor whose firm recently went bankrupt. His vehicle's GPS was manually disabled between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. on the night of the abduction. Third is the masked visitor who moved through the house with the familiarity of a resident. Behavioral analysts note the suspect's backpack was weighted for medical equipment, not theft. This wasn't a burglary, it was a clinical extraction. Leaked FBI documents reveal that Nancy's pacemaker utilized a continuous Bluetooth sync with a bedside base station. That link was severed at 02:28:14 a.m. But between 1:52 a.m. and 2:10 a.m., the device recorded PVCs, medical hallmarks of extreme physical struggle or chemical intervention. The most damning evidence? The bedside monitor wasn't just unplugged, it was deauthorized using a professional technician's override code. This code is only available to manufacturers. If the kidnapper was a stranger, how did they possess a manufacturer's override? Furthermore, financial records show a $50,000 wire transfer to Nancy's cardiologist, Dr. Aris Thorne, from a shell corporation linked to Tommaso. The trail suggests a bridge between the heart that was managed and the expert who bypassed the security. The perpetrator isn't a criminal, they are a surgical operative. What we are seeing is a medically managed abduction where the heart was forced into chemical submission, says Jonathan Vance, retired FBI special agent. The sedation signature shows Nancy's heart rate dropping from 130 to 45 in seconds. Forensic analysts confirm this is consistent with heavy-duty anesthetics like propofol. Nancy was sedated while still in her home. The 41-minute window was the time required for the drugs to take hold and for the team to prep her for transport. Two theories divide investigators. The South Corridor theory suggests she was taken 22 miles south to the Mexican border, matching the pacemaker's accelerometer data of high speed. However, the medical warehouse theory is more disturbing. It posits Nancy was taken to a private, unlicensed facility just 8 miles away, owned by the same corporation linked to our suspects. Why keep an 84-year-old in a medical facility? The pacemaker she carried was a prototype, one of only 12 in the world. Was the heart just the container and the device the prize? 48 hours ago, the FBI found the black box data saved after the sync was cut. At 2:45 a.m., the pacemaker logged a proximity handshake. This happens only when a medical programmer is within 6 inches of the chest. The programmer used has been traced to Dr. Aris Thorne's private practice. This means at 2:45 a.m., Nancy was alive, and someone with professional medical equipment was standing over her heart. The 41-minute window was just the beginning of a clinical disappearing act. Nancy's heart is still beating somewhere in a 25-mile radius around Tucson. The FBI knows how she was taken, but as the clock ticks, the question remains, what are they doing to her now? The mainstream media missed the forensics, but the data never lies. The FBI now has the sedation signature and the proximity handshake. The circle is closing. If you have any info regarding sino-cardiac solutions or unusual activity in Tucson, contact the FBI tip line at 1-800-CALL-FBI. Please share this video to keep Nancy's face in the public eye. Subscribe and turn on notifications for our next update. Nancy Guthrie's heart is still recording. The truth is coming, and for someone in Tucson, the clock just ran out.